Yeah. Welcome to the channel. Now, Pooh Shiesty done robbed Gucci Man. And I'm sure everybody done heard about that by now. But there was some details that a lot of us probably wasn't aware of. Like there was a off-duty officer in the room, along with all the cameras that was in the studio. And plus Big 30 allegedly recorded everything. So the evidence is there. And the feds jumped on this right away. Now, I've been telling people this. Pooh Shiesty had to be a special ed kid coming up. I mean, what he did was super retarded. I mean, how dumb could you be? All that money on the table and you throw it away for a robbery? It doesn't make sense. Well, the feds and Seti Nash has a lot of details to what actually went on. Check this out.
Records and license plate reader data. 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30.
They should quit calling him Pooh Shiesty and just call him special ed. For real. Because that was retarded what he did.
January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Man, how dumb was that? These fools went down there with him to rob Gucci. That's retarded, man. Stupid is what stupid does, man. But like I always say, you can't tell a smart dummy nothing, can you?
The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida.
Man, this nigga gotta be the retardedest in the world. Short bus shorty, man. You on house arrest and you just got out the penitentiary. And you gonna go down there and commit a armed robbery / kidnapping? Short bus shorty, man. Pooh Shiesty, aka special ed, man, for real.
Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm.
Right.
His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is
his daddy was there. Big dummy and little dummy. Man, they is not lying when they say the apple does not fall far from the tree. What the hell was his daddy doing there? Big dummy and little dummy, man, I swear.
Alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims.
What the hell? Oh man. This internet stuff gotta go, man. You commit a crime, you rob some fools, and then you jump online and post and show off with the stuff that you just stole from somebody that you just robbed them for. Man, Pooh Shiesty, his daddy, Big 30, and everybody else that was with them. Oh yeah. All y'all need to go to jail. For real. Retarded, man.
The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendant's roles in the federal offense. This is as follows: electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions.
Idiot.
Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least two of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property. Just
big dummies. All on social media with the stolen property. Like I said, all them fools need to go to jail. Ain't no ifs and buts about it, man. Yeah, man. I wish I could slap every one of them upside the head, the daddy and everything. Because this just does not make any sense. I mean, if they was gonna do something like this, they could have did it a little smarter than what they did, at least. Damn.
in the days
It kind of pissed me off because this was extra dumb. It kind of makes me mad that they did it so stupidly. I mean, that they did it, period. Because Pooh Shiesty has been in a very good position since he got out the penitentiary. The boy been making money since his first day out. His music has been on point. Everybody been loving his music from day one since he been out. There was no reason to go do something this dumb, man. He had a lot of money on the table that he could have got, that he would be getting if he wouldn't have done this. I mean, even right now, he's still doing a lot of streams. His music is doing a lot of streams right now, but he ain't gonna be able to enjoy none of that. Big dummy. Him or his daddy. God damn.
following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense.
Them fools jumped on the Greyhound to go do the robbery, then jumped on the Greyhound to get back. Oh my God. Yeah, lock all them fools up. Lock them all up, man.
In this case, came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business.
There were 4 people in there. They just don't want to tell on that off-duty cop.
What? Like I said, it was an off-duty cop in there. Gucci hired him for security. Man. Oh, man, these niggas is retarded. They retarded, man.
That's what that was. They don't want to tell on that off-duty cop. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to let the internet judge this. I won't even give y'all no opinion. Like my boy, the family over there, like he always say.
Shout out to Seti Nash. Seti Nash got all the info for sure. He was the first one telling us about this robbery. And the boy got details after the robbery.
And I don't give you no opinion. I just give you a story. I want y'all to listen to this part. Roll it.
Two questions. This is Chase with the Dallas Morning News. So the initial incident happens in January 10th. We're here in April. Can you describe the timeline and the length of time, you know, why we're talking about this now? Because it sounds like these arrests happened recently. And then the second part of that question, did all of the arrests happen yesterday, or were they happening over the span of time that we're talking about?
Yeah, good questions. I'll start with the last part. 8 of the 9 happened yesterday, and then we're still working on one more. And that was.
And all them fools got caught up, except for one, and they gonna get him for sure. Oh my goodness.
Again, a lot of those happened in Memphis. One happened in Nashville, and we're working now with our Georgia counterparts to get the last person brought to justice. Do you want to ask another question, follow up to that?
No, actually, I forgot yet too. I'm going to come back to after you.
Okay, and remind me of your first part, sir.
We had the initial incident on January 10th,
Yep.
here April 2nd. Can you describe and kind of characterize why, you know, that amount of time passed before they were arrested?
Well, that was one of the reasons I wanted to list off some of the evidence that has been uncovered to date. A lot of this was subpoena work, search warrant work, and things like that in order to develop the investigation. And so the agents here with me, the agents out in the field, it takes a little bit of time to identify who did this offense and build a case so that we feel comfortable bringing the charges. So actually that's pretty quickly for a federal case of this gravity and this nature. And so I'm very proud of the investigative work, and it will continue from this office as well as our FBI and our local police department.
If convicted of these charges.
Pooh Shiesty finna do about 30. I mean, the feds ain't even gonna pick this up unless they got enough evidence to win their case. And from everything that the feds have said so far, Pooh Shiesty finna do about 30. 30?
The arrests, how serious are these crimes? What do these people face?
They're facing a range, so there's no mandatory minimum in this case. It's a range of punishment, and it'll be in the province of the judge, whoever gets the case. But it could be from 0 all the way to life imprisonment. And as you know, a lot of what will guide what's called the sentencing guidelines will be the individual's previous criminal history, the fact that one of these individuals committed the offense while on home confinement, so actually serving a federal offense, assuming that individual is convicted, that will be an aggravating factor for sure.
So all of this happened on January 10th. A lot of y'all calling me basically say I work with the feds and police. Why would I disrupt a case like that and put people basically antennas up? But it's funny. Y'all all called me a liar. Y'all all said I wasn't telling the truth. Y'all all did this, and now y'all got to circle back to the point where now I'm being dissed by people who want to say that they broke stuff first. But it's fine. We bros. We cool. But I'm going to set you on fire real quick. You want it? Roll it.
So at first, shout out to Seti Nash. Seti Nash rocks the internet, and he said there was an altercation with Pooh and Gucci. After the altercation about getting up out the contract, Pooh made Gucci sign the contract. He left. After he left, some dudes ran up on Gucci. They robbed him, took his ring, took his watch. His security tried to draw guns, but guns were drew on them. And he said he could get the jewelry back. That's what Seti said. Then I see the video from Poetic Flocko. Get the jewelry back. Now we got Tasha K coming out, and Tasha K is saying that wasn't no jewelry stole, that Gucci Man was kidnapped, helped at gunpoint, forced his way out of the deal. Listen, y'all. I'm starting to believe ain't nothing happened. It might have been a little spat, but how the hell, and Tasha K said, trust this source that knows it all.
Well, nigga, believe it. It really went down. And now you know.
Told her this. So, one situation happened, and we got all these goddamn different reasonings and different sources coming out. What the hell happened to the man? As I look, Pooh is still signed to 1017. He still got 1017 on his YouTube. He said he in album mode. He ain't said nothing about nothing. Gucci ain't said nothing about nothing. Keisha, who's a civilian, ain't said nothing about nothing and hinted nothing. He's still on the 1017 website. They still.
I think after Pooh Shiesty did that and the news hit the streets, I don't think Yo Gotti wanted to touch him after that. Yo Gotti probably was like, look here, man, we're going to have to wait and see what happens with all this. Because you just went about this the wrong way. Even though Gucci is Yo Gotti's enemy, it was still stupid. Yo Gotti most likely did not want to have any parts of that or have anybody alleging that he had something to do with it because he signed Pooh Shiesty right after the robbery happened. That's why Pooh Shiesty still had everything under 1017 after the robbery, because he was pretty much probably stuck. Like, damn, I fucked up my deal with Yo Gotti. I mean, so he tried to just, continue to make money under the 1017 probably for as long as he could until them feds came knocking.
Still selling this merchandise. They still got FDO up there. It don't look like no man up under no contract to me. And then my whole thing is that I did some little research, and Keisha is a part of that too. Gucci can't just sign rappers away. Keisha gonna have to sign too, because it's Gucci label, but I don't know if it's a part ownership. It's something to where she has to be there for when Gucci signs certain things, and because Gucci is labeled schizophrenic and he might make rash decisions. So when it comes to decision making, business making, she has to be there to one witness and the two co-sign. I don't see Keisha co-signing, bruh. So what y'all saying? Keisha got robbed too? Is the jury gone or not? Seti said the jury is gone. Tasha K said ain't no jury ever get took. Seti said Pooh left. Tasha said Pooh held him at gunpoint. Tasha said that Pooh got locked back up for it, but we see him playing a video game. But Seti said that Pooh is only in the halfway house for violating some type of residential something. All I know is, y'all, is that I don't believe nothing no more, man.
Bet your ass believe now, huh? What my video say? Gucci Mane robbed after Pooh Shiesty dispute, January 15th, 2026. What I do and what other people do are completely different. How they do whatever they do is completely different than mine. I'm not here to tell you who's wrong and who's right. I'm just going to tell you how I do my spiel. But I just find it funny how all of a sudden certain things start to happen and all of a sudden I'm the whatever the hell. That's fine. But everybody doubted my story. The true visionaries, bro, y'all know I don't need to lie. I don't need to make this shit up. So I'm going to give you some more shit that the internet blogs don't know.
Shout out to Seti Nash, man. For real. Shout out to that boy, man. Y'all go check his channel out. Like his videos. Subscribe to his channel. Show that boy some love, man.
I'm going to break down some more stuff that nobody know because they didn't know the damn story when it happened. So here it goes. Gucci Mane had the opportunity to stop this shit, and he said he didn't give a damn. Gucci's exact words was, I don't give an F. That was his words. What happened? Once the robbery happened, Gucci got on a plane with his people, pissed the hell off. His people being the security guard. How did he say it's only 3 individuals? Because the 4th person was an off-duty cop who made the original complaint. Think about what y'all hearing. That FBI agent just came out of his mouth and said, we further got his shit. Meaning we further prove that this actually happened by the
Facts.
ankle monitor, by the outside businesses that had all of this shit, his daddy being dumb enough to partake more and more in this shit,
Daddy dumb as hell.
which the initial was, his daddy ain't had shit to do with it. Turns out that part of the story, a little more likely, like, nah, they was trying to save the daddy. And I know why they trying to save the daddy. See, the daddy got some shit in 2019 that came out about him. That'll get released, not by me, but they gonna put that shit out there. Yeah, there is some stuff that happened. It's either 2019 or 2009. One of the two dates. So be on the lookout for his daddy paperwork to drop soon, and it's gonna make a whole lot of sense. So Gucci gets on the plane. They land. The off-duty cop asks Gucci, "What you want to do?" Gucci said, "I don't give a F." But that, when they got there and that timeline of what you want to do didn't happen immediately. My bad, y'all. I'm epped out real quick because there's so much shit I want to say, but it's like, y'all don't get it, bro. When you be knowing shit like I know shit and you still got to adhere to this punk ass street code, to all of this shit, bro, and you do certain things that, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But basically, Gucci had a chance to stop this. I told y'all yesterday, Pooh Shiesty and his people was flaunting all this shit and everything. Yo, oh, no. Oh, 70 days, you wrong. The jury. Sure. Why not? So instead of gloating, how about this? Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. The same guy who told y'all P&B Rock died. The same guy who told y'all Black Zach was arrested facing life sentence. I'm still that same guy. The same guy who told you the bullshit with Lil Durk before that even happened, years before, and called that. But to the story, Gucci had the ability to stop this, and he just didn't care. And I gotta be honest, that's on y'all to judge. Because on one hand, I can see somebody saying, damn, bro. Damn. Y'all just robbed me. Y'all want to flaunt it in my face.
Right.
Then the other time, the way I see it is, Gucci, you should have stopped it. You should have let him up out that contract. You said no in that studio. None of this shit even happens without Gucci Mane basically saying no. And all you niggas from Atlanta that, oh, this can't happen to Gucci Mane. This can't happen. Yeah, it did, nigga.
Right.
We all get robbed, bruh. Street cats, you gonna get robbed. What you want, your life or you want to die? Apparently, Gucci chose his life, which he ain't wrong for doing.
Not at all.
Yeah, the old Gucci. What you thought Gucci was Teflon? So no, bruh. But here's the worst part about this story. Yo Gotti said to Pooh Shiesty daddy, if y'all get out that contract, bruh, shit, I'll give y'all 10 mil.
Exactly. And Pooh Shiesty messed all that up. I'm sure if he went to Gucci and said, look here, bruh, I want to get out my contract, and Gucci said no, he could have just took it to court, man. They ain't had to pull guns out and do all that, rob them and all that. He should have just took it to court. Simple as that. I mean, the boy got money, so I'm sure he had enough money to get good lawyers that could have got him out of that deal with Gucci, and he could have went on and signed with Gotti, and everything would have been good. But nah, he wanted to pull guns and force that man to sign, and now he facing 30. Idiot.
Now, that's the way that a lot of people are going to spin that, so that bullshit gonna come out later on. I'm here to tell y'all, that nigga Yo Gotti ain't know none of this shit that was gonna happen. Hell no.
Right.
All that nigga said was, bro, y'all can get out that contract. Shit, I got 10 mil for y'all. We
Right.
gonna unite Memphis, do all this bullshit and everything, which is not gonna happen at all. Yo, Gotti, you must have forgot PRE still exists. Uh-huh. So, nah, nigga. Dolph still king of Memphis as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I don't give a shit who y'all see me hanging out with. Still, nigga, it's RIP Dolph over here.
That's right. Rest in peace, Dolph. Shout out to PRE.
But Yo Gotti's not gonna get hit with a conspiracy for basically offering money. But I'm gonna say this: Gotti should have advised him on some real shit. Get a number to get out of your contract. I'm gonna give you that number, and on top of that, and then we're gonna make it back, and then we'll split it from there. So that's where I'm gonna blame Yo Gotti for a little bit of this shit because Yo Gotti never ever told these niggas the whole entire thing. But Gucci Mane was not trying to let Pooh Shiesty out. So all we got now to look forward to is Lil Durk and Fujiano. That's it. That boy facing a life sentence. And he better pray he get 30. Big 30 might even snitch. That nigga ain't been in no real trouble. And Pooh Shiesty daddy, his paperwork drop, y'all let me know.
Pooh Shiesty daddy is an idiot for even getting put in that position. And it could be that he went in there with his son. He didn't know all that was going to happen. And when it went down, there was nothing he could do about it. I mean, his son has all the money, so his son is most likely calling all the shots. Maybe that's what happened. But either way, man, all them fools finna be locked up. Pooh Shiesty might be doing 30. Like he said, Big 30 might get the telling everything. The boy was already recording a crime like an idiot. Crazy, man. Y'all get down in them comments and let me know what y'all think about all this. It's Big Lamar, not the little one. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel, man. I'm getting up out of here. I'm gone.